Like you were talking briefly about the Golden Temple. I was told that it was called as a Hari Mandir, where the pujas were happening. And even the Nariyal food was happening at one point of time, which was very recent in the past that was cancelled. Show a separate identity kind of thing. Yeah, can you shed some light on it?
Sikhism, as advocated by Guru Nanak and all the other gurus after him, they do not advocate a puja of any type, which would require, because puja would require the help of a pandit. Sikhism does not require the help of another person to connect with God.
But they also have a priest kind of person, right?
I'm coming to that. The Sikhs were supposed to pray on their own. But that is one of the things I told you, things get watered down as time passes, new things get added. So these parties came into the picture. Now, that is you can say kuriti कहते हैं जिसको, a wrong development. अब अखंड पाठ हो रहा है, fine, it will last for 2 days. Now, it is not easy to read the 1430 pages of the anks. They are called anks, parts of a guru's body, of the Guru Granth Sahib in 2 days. So what would they be reading, and who is listening to them? It would be better if you read a little bit yourself on your own every day and you completed the part. Why in 2 days? You completed in 1 month or 2 months. What's the hurry? So I don't agree with this Akhand Path system of the Sikhs.
It is same like they do the Mata Jagran kind of thing, right?
Yes, and I don't agree with that also, because they put loudspeakers and they disturb the whole neighborhood. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with the azan on the loudspeakers. Again, the same thing. Ganesh festival comes and they create a whole lot of ruckus. They occupy the roads in India, in Bombay, and again loudspeakers and filmy songs and all that hooliganism going on and shouting and this and that. That is not spirituality. That's a show.
Right.
It's a mockery of prayer.
Right.
Which is happening in all religions. Hari Mandir. Yes, it was called Hari Mandir because Hari is one of the names given to God. Another is Thakur. Another is Nayak. Another is Khasam. Khasam means husband. So the worshipper regards himself as a bride. All these names are given to God in Sikhism. Now, Hari does not necessarily mean Krishna. You could see God in the form of Krishna. That's another thing. I could see, Dhanna Bhagat could see God in the form of a stone. That's another thing. But Sikhism gave you a book of teachings of the Gurus and told you to read these and apply those teachings in your life. Now, if I go and just pay obeisance, I just bow down, I lay my head on the ground in front of the Guru Granth Sahib, and I think that I have done a good job, that is meaningless. Unless I don't read some lines, I don't understand what is being written, I do not apply it in my life, it is not Sikhism. If I just pay obeisance to the Bhagavad Gita without understanding the message in the Bhagavad Gita, it is not worship. So basically what our Gurus...
How did the Hari Mandir Sahib became Golden Temple?
Okay, Golden Temple was a name given by the Britishers. It's the English name. First it became Swarn Mandir when Maharaja Ranjit Singh donated a lot of gold, and he said that I want this to be covered in gold, the dome of the... Now very few people know that Maharaja Ranjit Singh also donated gold to the Kashi Vishwanath Mandir.
Yeah, we don't see any difference per se. Yeah, I agree with that.
He donated gold there also, but that is not known as a Golden Temple. So this came to be known as the Swarn Mandir in Hindi, and the Britishers in English to translate it, it translates to Golden Temple, but many still call it Hari Mandir. I still call it Hari Mandir Sahib, Har Mandir Sahib. We add Sahib for respect. Because Sahib is also not a Hindi or Sanskrit word. Sahib is, I think, perhaps Urdu. But we have all these things in our culture because from time to time, invaders came here and into India, and we imbibed a little bit of their languages into our own. Now a movement of purity has started, and now people have realized that, well, learning Sanskrit is going to be good, so they are going back to Sanskrit. There was a time 30, 40 years back when I did not know how to read Punjabi or Gurmukhi. I learnt it in 15 days. So I can read the Guru Granth Sahib, I can do prayer every day, and I'm attached to my religion, I'm connected to my religion. I would not say that how many Sikhs are doing that. I don't know. Most are just going to the temples and just paying obeisance and donating something and doing some seva and having prasad and coming back. That is not worship, it is a part of worship only. But basically you have to advance spiritually. And that only comes if you get connected with what message the Guru, whether it was Krishna, whether it was Ram, or whether it was Nanak, what message they gave you. Their message was that they wanted everybody to unite. They did not want any differences between human beings.
That is all our gurus. All our gurus were like that. Ramji was even hugging the monkeys.
Yes, monkeys and bears also, all
Right.
forms of life, and even birds. Garud was a bird. So the gurus are not ordinary people. They are enlightened souls. Gurus are not God also. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said this, people who worship me will go to hell. He said, don't worship me, listen to me, I can guide you. I am just a guru. Guru is a guide. Now you call it Paramatma, you call it Ram, you say Krishna, you say Thakur, you say, there are many number of names.
So till when this Nariyal Ford and all were happening in Harimandir Sahib, when the whole thing changed?
This Nariyal tradition was there when the Guru was anointed. You see, when the Guru anointed means जब वो गुरु गद्दी पे विराजमान होते थे, तो the Diwan, who was the Diwan, like Baba Paraga, Baba Buddha was there also, they would bring a Nariyal as an offering, lay it at the feet of the Guru and put 5 paisa out there and anoint. And they should do tilak also.
And the general public was also doing outside, right? I saw some pictures.
General public is general public. General public has been, we have not been able to give them the essence of true religion even today. Now be it Hindus, be it Muslims or Sikhs, the general public is still ignorant. They are still into superstition. I go to a temple, a Hindu temple also, and I go to Gurdwara also. But when I go to a Hindu temple, obviously I will not displease the Pandit because he is there to earn his living. I will not disrespect him. And when I go to a Hindu temple, I will follow the traditions of a Hindu temple without actually getting involved. Our Guru said, you live in this world like a duck in a pond. It doesn't get wet like a Kamalga pool in a dirty pond of water. It doesn't get dirty. So you live in this world, but at the same time, maintain your aloofness from it without hurting the feelings of anyone. I go to the Hindu temples. If I feel like I may ring the bell, but I don't. If I feel like I will do a parikrama, it's up to me. But not that it is a ritual that if I don't do it, I'll get this, I'll not get this. Not that. And I do ardas. You see, Ram is mentioned, I don't know how many hundreds of times in the Guru Granth. Many Sikhs say that the Ram mentioned in the Guru Granth Sahib is not the Raja Ram, but another. Now, I don't agree there. But I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to get into any arguments. Okay, you believe what you want to believe. So when I go to a Hanuman temple, I just keep repeating Ram, 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 Ram in my mind because Hanuman was a Param Bhakt and he was just intoning Ram. My Guru Granth Sahib intones the word Ram, Ram Jap, Ram Jap, Ram Jap Pyare. So मैं अगर राम राम करूंगा, I am obeying my Guru also. So there is no difference in my mind of my Guru and my God with that of Krishna or with Ram. They are all one. It is all one. And I have had many spiritual experiences which has proved this to me. And I know how powerful these people are, these entities are. They are souls. They don't take birth, but they are there when you call them. They are at your beck and call. They send their minions, they send their armies, and they are with you. So
Fantastic.
that thing is there. Now, I do not believe in ritual worship, and our gurus banned ritual worship. They said don't do ritual worship. When you can connect someone by just calling him Ram and he is there with you, why do you have to light a agarbatti or a deepak or go to a temple or ring a bell or go to a gurdwara and bow down to the book? No, you keep it in your house. You read it. You read what it.
So when did the professional priest came in the Gurudwara? How it all happened?
They were not professional priests. They were not priests. They were known as sevadars or bhaijis or sevadars. In the Gurdwara, there are many things which have to be done. It's a big, huge building. So you need people to clean it up. You need people to open the Guru Granth Sahib, that is known as Prakash. You need them to close it, that is known as Santokna. So, इनको मैं ritual नहीं मानता क्योंकि when they open, then they start repeating the shabads. The ragis come, and it's wonderful when they sing the hymns of the Gurus. It's a wonderful experience. So you need people there in the Gurdwara to clean the water tank, to clean the rooms, to clean the floors. You need them to cook the langar. The langar is a big seva. Thousands of people come there every day to eat langar, to have prasad. So you need an establishment. You'll agree with me there?
Yes, of course.
They have to, some look after the shoes. They will polish them and put them.
Did these priests replace the priests, pandits, who the gurus wanted to replace?
No. Because a pandit will tell you, I need samagri. I need a lot of items for doing the puja or doing the havan. He will give you a list. You will have to buy all that stuff, bring it to him, give it to him. Then after that, you have to give him dakshina. You have to give food also, maybe to 11 Brahmins or maybe more than that. Depends upon your pocket. In Sikhism, there is no such thing. Abhi, there is no. Even now, there is no such thing. You go to a Gurdwara, you tell them your problem, they will do ardas for you. They will not ask for any money. What you put in the golak, that goes into the langar fund or into other funds which are needy people need. They don't take money directly.
But
the pandit, pandit will take money directly.
But see, I was talking to a Sikh couple, okay, who are friends of mine, and they said, you know what, they wanted to do a marriage for their children, in Gurudwara, and they say they are asking for arms and legs to do a wedding there. Kind of they were saddened. I don't know whether you faced this. This is a story in Canada, what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I was also married in a Gurdwara. Our marriage is called Anand Karaj. Sikh marriage is called Anand Karaj. Previously, there used to be 7 feras or rounds around a fire, holy fire, with enchanting of Hindu mantras. So Guru simplified it. They said you take only 4 rounds of the Guru Granth Sahib while the Kirtan is going on.
Which Guru said this?
This was the 4th most probably the fourth. I'm not so sure, but I think Guru Ramdas started Anand Karaj, and this continued. So you don't have to offer any money to the people who are there, who are doing kirtan, but it is up to you what you give. If you put anything there as a bhet, it is known as bheta, a gift, a giving. It is not that like a hotel or something that you have to pay for the services or you have to pay for the premises or room or whatever. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. अगर वहाँ हुआ है कनाडा में तो it is wrong. They should not have asked for any money.
They say that ordinary couple cannot do a wedding in Gurudwara. It's very expensive.
That's why I'm telling you that these some of these Sikhs in Canada, America, Germany, Pakistan, they have totally changed their concepts and they are aligned with the jihadis, with the people who actually fought against Sikhism, who tried to finish Sikhism, the Mughals, who martyred Guru Arjan, who martyred Guru Tegh Bahadur, and who martyred Guru Gobind Singh Ji's 4 sons and Guru Gobind. These people are those people. They have lost touch with Sikhism. I won't call them Sikhs. They may be looking like Sikhs with beards and all that, but they are not Sikhs. There is no casteism in Sikhism. There is not supposed to be.